Welcome back, everyone. We are with Will Carroll from Death Angel. And we've talked about a lot of things today.
Yeah.
But I think we're going to go into the tour. I got to talk to that with Ted. And we know you got real sick. We're going to get into that. But let's just talk about how much fucking fun the tour was, first of all.
Yeah, man.
First of all.
I watched the TED episode, and you guys covered some funny stories, but the funniest story was not told on that episode.
Okay, well, see, this is why I get different people in to get their view of what happened. Let's talk about that.
The funniest story for me was when that guy went on your bus to party, and then
my God!
and then left on a stretcher an hour or two later
in Madrid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Delayed the whole bus call and everything.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's right. Pedro, our buddy Pedro. Lee has this friend, and he's a guitar player in Spain. His name's Pedro. Comes out and sees us when we play in Madrid. I'm going to tell everybody right now, he's a punisher. He punishes us. He comes there. He's constantly... Hey, one of those kind of guys.
Yeah, I saw him all night. He was around fucking night.
And like at the end of the night, you're like, when the bus door finally closes and we leave normally, we're like, God, we need a break from just Pedro. You know what I mean? We love the guy, but it's like, he went a little, so in having a good time, he kept drinking. And I guess he has some medical issues where he
not supposed to drink.
No, and he could pass out and go into a coma. Well, I think you guys had already played. I think, right? Or you were playing.
I think it was after you guys played.
Yeah, it was. I may have even been.
It was like the end of the night, kind of.
I'm thinking like, oh yeah, we couldn't even get on the bus because I couldn't even get on the bus.
Yeah, you guys.
I needed my weed, and I couldn't get on the bus to get my weed because the fucking now, mind you, we're at a gig in Madrid. It's got 2,000 people, sold out thrash metal gig, and who needs medical help? Oh, the fucking Exodus's bus, where there's somebody on the bus, and he just, well, first of all, he goes, Zetro, smoke some weed with me, and he had been drinking already, and I'm all, check it out, Pedro, I got fucking super weed right now, bro. This shit will fuck you. I don't care. I'm smoking them. I'm just saying, you better put your seatbelt on with this shit. And I'm a chronic, and everybody knows I'm chronic. And so I tell you if it's good. So he takes a cup because they lean. Everybody goes, it was the weed. I'm all, no, it wasn't. So
I remember you getting blamed for it.
He took a couple hits of weed, and then he started doing more shots of this real. I think it was this high potent tequila or vodka. And I guess what they told me was because it was like Lee and Cragen that were on the bus. Lee.
Yeah, it was Lee. It was definitely.
It could have been Cragen because Cragen wasn't there.
Lee was, though.
It was Lee and somebody else. And he stood up and just went, bam. And then somehow he stopped breathing or something like that. And instead of the medical people at the concert helping out people that needed medical help at the concert, they're on one of the tour buses trying to resuscitate this motherfucker.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh my God. And it was like, it had to be after because Testament was coming off and everybody's like walking off like looking, what the fuck's going on? Why are they all standing outside? I can't even get on my bus yet. I want some weed. Can I at least step over him and grab my weed? I'll come right off. It's like
I'm pretty sure it was the end of the night because we were all on our bus getting ready to hit the road, but your bus was blocking ours. You guys usually leave before us, so we were like, what's taking Exodus so long? And then we looked out the window and we saw half the band standing out there like cold and shit, like wanting to get on the bus.
I'm like, he ain't never gonna live this down. We were telling him, boy, the next time Pedro is off the fucking no more. He is cut off from that. I mean, I forgot about that, sir, because there was many on the tour, but I mean, in general, I've been back in the band now 6 full years, especially because it's the month of June. I rejoined Exodus back in June of 2014. And of all the tours we had done on Blood In, Blood Out and all the places we've gone in the last 6 years, almost 500 shows, this was the funnest fucking tour I had since I've been back. And I mean, I think because, again, and we spoke to this, I spoke to this with Chuck and Ted, everybody knows each other so well. You're not foreign walking into someone else's dressing room. But when you tour with another band, you may be cool with them, but you may like see them like, hey guys, what's up, as they're walking in or walking out. But you'd never just stormtroop in there. I mean, there'd be many nights I'd walk into my dressing room and you're standing there, totally fucking drinking with all my boys. I'm like, oh, okay, this is how it is tonight, huh? And then everybody's in each other's dressing room, and it's just everybody eats together at catering. There's not like this band eats and then this band eats, and everybody's together. We're all checking shit out on tour together, you know, within bands and stuff.
Going to record stores.
I mean, we had great time over there. You got some good vinyl on this.
Yeah, I got
You got what does it say?
It was
Force of Habit. Force of Habit. Mike Butler is
Mike Butler is Terry Butler.
Terry Butler. It's Terry Butler.
It says Terry Butler on the record.
He had to buy it just because it said Terry Butler on there.
It was 30 euros, so it was like a $40 joke, but I still had to have it, you know?
Because it's Terry Butler. I mean, you can't. I can say you can't buy shit like that, but you don't see shit like that on there. And so,
I mean, like when I first saw Force of Habit, I was like, well, I don't have this one on vinyl, but it's not one of my albums I go to by Exodus, so I was contemplating.
Not mine either.
Yeah, so I was contemplating whether to buy it or not. And then as soon as I saw the Terry
Butler,
you
had to have it. And we told him that. I remember we texted him and
everyone
sent him the
texted
picture.
him. Yeah.
He said, but Butler probably never got so many texts before in his life.
Yeah, both of them, Terry Butler and Mike Butler.
I know, it's killing.
Texting both of them.
Well, the actual real Terry Butler is Geezer. That's Terry's real name, but then Terry Butler from Obituary.
Yeah, that's who I thought of initially when I
thought
it.
of Geezer.
Yeah.
You know, because, I mean, that album came out long before Obituary was really established, and Terry wasn't even in the band at that time. So he played with Death and other bands like that, Florida bands.
Too.
So I first thing I thought, I'm like, oh my God, that's Geezer. It's Geezer, but Terry Butler. Although Mike,
he looks so young.
When we did tour with Black Sabbath in. When Mike was in the band, and I remember he took a picture with Geezer, and his Christmas card that year said "Merry Christmas from the Butlers." And I just thought that was a great idea. I thought that was such a cool Christmas card to pass. I'd be doing that one every year. I'm sorry.
Totally.
But I'd be doing that one every year. But I'd have to say we had so much fun together. Unfortunately, the COVID thing came down, which we'll talk about, and it put a stop to everything live. We were the last tour to exist in the world.
Yeah, every metal fan that I see on chats and stuff say like the last metal show, at least in Europe, the last metal show they went to
was our show.
Was our show, yeah.
And our tour actually ended right at when they called no mas, no more touring, no more sports events, no more nothing.
The last show got canceled.
Hanover was canceled, which we were a bit, again, we knew it was getting deeper and deeper and deeper at that point in time. But we would have probably brought this over here in the States.
We'd probably be on that tour right now.
We would probably, if not later in the year.
Yeah.
I know that they were talking about doing other things with that because, again, Europe, you did so well. It was so successful. It showed the rest of the world that, man, people still love thrash metal. People still love the Bay Area thrash metal. They're still fascinated by it. And that, there is still metal fans out there that love what we still do, on big drums. I mean, the concerts were no little venues and they were sold out.
Totally. They were.
I mean, for us, when we're 2,500 people, 1,500 people, 2,000 people, for us bands like that together, that's good for us. You know what I mean? Every single night consistently, and all three bands bringing it. All three bands brought it every night.
Yeah, I mean, I can't think of a better package, I mean, at least for Bay Area thrash, like that's like the perfect package.
No, exactly.
Like, any thrash fan's gonna love.
The only thing you could add to Flair, because Violence is back now, we could have Violence open the show, and boy, that would just add the fucking whipped cream to the top of the fucking already awesome Sunday. But boy, that would add a nice little flavor to it, wouldn't it? So,
we don't
know what's happening as far as I heard. Live Nation and AEG has shut off in the States for the rest of the year.
Right.
And so, again, next year, this will probably continue. It was a lot of fun. We had probably the best time that we could have, all three bands. The fans were amazing. You fans were, well, you and R are the reason why we all still keep doing this. And this tour really proved it. And unfortunately, the way it had to end, which leads us into finally what happened with you, we did have to cancel the show, the tour. One date short, well, the Hanover date was canceled because of COVID-19 really started to grip the world. And I've seen so many of not so many, I've seen a few comments on there where I have a couple of assholes trying to tell us to shut up and fucking worry about playing music. Well, I'm the first one to fucking buy into conspiracy theory, but I'm sitting right next to somebody who completely got it the worst that you could get it. Probably it ended the tour within a week's time. Let's see. We got home on Thursday. You went in the hospital on Tuesday, right?
Something like that. Yeah.
Because I spoke to you on Monday. Remember, we had to change actually, we were supposed to play a private party.
Yeah.
And the people at the party wanted to ask if we could change it till May, which we didn't know was going to last as long as it's lasted now. And
yeah, that's we talked that day
right.
before.
We talked. We all had a text message,
Yeah.
And then on Wednesday, I get a call saying, "Oh, Will's in. Look at Mr. Bill's or Mr. Hankey just freaking chiming in." I get this thing that Will's in ICU and LaShawn can't see him, and then 2 days later, oh no, he's induced in a coma. He's on a ventilator. So, talk about the last night of the tour. We all went out to dinner. We had a great steak dinner. We ended up in the airport together.
Yeah.
We all flew on the same plane. You and I were talking about the movie Dr. Sleep. Remember you watched Dr. Sleep?
Yeah.
We were talking about the movie on the plane.
Great movie.
Right next to each other. When did it hit? What happened? Were you feeling it then? I don't remember you ever complaining about it. Saying, you know what, Zed, I feel.
I didn't start feeling really, really shitty, like fever wise, until like halfway through the flight. Like I started just feeling nauseous.
So the flight you were getting it.
I mean, I was already feeling like a little under the weather the last 2 days of the tour. So I stopped drinking, and I wasn't really hanging out much.
That's funny because Lee said he had breakfast with you.
And I didn't drink.
And you had a smoothie.
Yes,
Exactly.
exactly.
And that was the oh shit, he must really be sick. Oh shit, Will Carroll must really be sick. If he's drinking, not having even a fucking Bloody Mary, you know what I mean, in the morning for breakfast or a beer, and you're having a smoothie. So did you feel it then?
I just felt under the weather, like I don't.
But tour tired because we had been there for
exactly
5 weeks, and after 5 weeks and 18 countries and 31 cities, and then
so I didn't exactly. Yeah, I just felt tired exactly. So I didn't know how serious or what I had, until halfway through the flight. I was just in cold sweats and a fever, and I was like, okay, I mean, this might be serious. So,
really?
Yeah.
And so you came home on Thursday. We all got home around 6 p.m. Thursday.
Yeah.
Did it progressively get worse over the weekend? Or did it stay?
Oh, yeah.
It did.
I mean,
so then when you were answering our text about, is everybody available to play the private party?
I was hella sick.
You were already hella sick.
Yeah.
Because everybody was like, well, he got it the minute he came home. I'm like, no. He did not, because I have a text message conversation with him on Monday, March 16th, and he was responding.
Yeah.
So you went in Wednesday, though, right? 2 days later is when they...
Something like that,
or
yeah.
did you go in Tuesday? Can you even remember?
Oh, the days leading up to me going to the hospital, I don't remember at all.
Do you remember going in?
Nope.
You do not?
No.
So now... I was made aware that you had some very trippy dreams while you were induced in a coma.
Yeah.
And some trippy thoughts that went through your mind so I want you to talk about those now that I've heard. Did you think you were in hell?
Yeah. It was fucking scary as hell, man.
Was it?
Yeah, no pun intended.
Why did you weren't consciously aware that you were induced into a coma, so what made you think that
exactly
that gave you that inkling that, I mean,
I didn't understand why I was even dreaming this or seeing this, because I didn't know I was in a hospital or anything, so it was confusing. I just remember like floating above my body, kind of like near death experience, some people call it, and I shot down into a dark hole.
Did you see yourself laying on the gurney?
I'm not sure if I don't remember seeing myself. I just remember feeling the sensation of floating and being above what I can't remember, but I do remember shooting into a hole, and then I seeing this woman, kind of a real horrible version of that, like that
really
she's hot,
Lady Death's hot,
but a disgusting version of that, like a woman sitting in a throne laughing at me.
How long did this? Because normal people, like normal. I'm not saying normal. I meant normal dreaming. You're dreaming at night. You're maybe dreaming for an hour or two. You wake up, maybe go back into that dream, but after 7 or 8 hours, you're back awake. You were induced in a coma for
12 days.
12 days. Was that a 12-day long dream?
Maybe not 12 days, but it lasted a long time.
Vividly, so you remember it.
Yeah, it was scary. Yeah.
If you had to talk to an artist to get that woman's...
Absolutely.
I would be doing that? Are you fucking kidding me? I would be illustrating Will Carroll's eyes through COVID-19.
I never even thought of that. That's a great idea.
I would thank you, and I'll take full credit for it. I would be talking to an illustrator about your visions and the things. Did you have conversations with down there? Was anything said to you that you feel that you can recall that in your...
Just laughter. She was just laughing at me.
Laughing dead.
Yeah. And I was this big... I was being punished for sloth, so I was like this big, obese creature.
You were not Will then.
No, I was like this... I looked like the Chet from...
Yes, I know.
At the end
Weird Science.
Weird Science. Yeah.
When she turns him into the... Hey, dudes. Yeah. And then he burps and like, ugh.
Oh my god!
Yeah, exactly.
You go like that,
yeah.
So I looked like something like
Will
that.
was Chet,
and yeah, she was just laughing at me. I was looking at myself, and it was a mess.
Any other creatures or people that that were in there?
No, I could just hear people.
Michael Jackson, anybody like that? I mean, I don't know.
I just heard people moaning in the background, like people in agony, like in the dark cavern.
Was there an agenda?
No, except for I was being punished for sloth. So
what kind of punishing were you receiving? Do you remember?
Well, I was that big blob creature, and I couldn't move. I remember, and I was throwing up blood.
I would be with an illustrator having him. This would be pictures of a COVID mind by Will Carroll.
That's
my venture
amazing idea.
My venture into hell, and I would have it illustrated. And because people are very good now with that sort of thing.
You don't say.
But I mean to be able to tell them what you see and then maybe be able to pen it.
Yeah.
People are very good with that now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then you could tell them. And I think people would be interested in that. I mean, I don't know, make it a cool little pop-up book, where it comes up and the chick on the seats comes up. I don't know.
The blood comes out.
Yeah, exactly. You do one page and you're like Chet, and one page a little
the thing.
Yeah, the little things that you go like this, and the blood comes out, shitting out. We need to talk to Schuster and Schuster.
Yeah, definitely.
We need to get on that. So, it felt like a long dream then.
Yeah, totally. And then after...
Were you conscious in your mind? Do you feel that you were consciously saying, well, I died and I was sent to hell?
I thought I was dead.
And I was sent to hell and there is actually really a hell. And boy, did I fuck this up.
I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it was happening. It wasn't, but I thought I died. I was convinced I was dead and in another realm. And
you were Chet.
I was Chet.
You're now Chet. Your penance is you're gonna be fucking Chet. and you're going to throw up blood in front of some ugly-ass bitch who looks like Lady Death right here, but not as hot, laughing at you, hearing moans. Was there chains? Is it dark? Is it hot?
Her skin was red. Her skin was red as opposed to not being white. So she had red skin. I just remembered she was sitting on a rock throne. Like, not a rock throne, but like a jagged rock throne.
A throne made of rock.
Yeah, and she...
Hot.
Yeah. Her eyes were glowing, like glowing orangish yellow.
Any dialogue from anything?
No.
Any you will be condemned herefore. It is. You will be Chet for the rest, throwing up blood for your eternity. None of that shit?
No.
Okay, so you wake up.
Very confused.
How confused?
Well, like I said, I don't remember going to the hospital, so I didn't know I was in a hospital. So waking up confused me because I thought I was dead. So, but then waking up and looking at all the tubes coming in and out of my nose, mouth, everything. I had shit hooked up to me all over my body. And I was like, whoa. I looked around and there was machines all around me. And I didn't know what was going on. I thought, I didn't know what I was thinking, but I did say nurse. I mean, I had enough coherence to know there was a nurse right there. I said, nurse, am I still in hell? That was the first question.
Nurse, am I still in hell?
Very Jacob's Ladder. Jacob's Ladder.
The book. Now you've read the book, now the movie. Nurse, am I still in hell by Will Carroll. That's the greatest. There you go right there. Get the action figures now. You know what I mean? You can have a whole line book. I can see you a year from now. You'll be at some book signing in the city with a line down the street. Zed, you were right. You were right. Well, I'm going to get in line now to get your autograph. You know what I mean? So that is hilarious. How long did it take you to realize, I mean, hour a day, that you were back alive? You were, what had went on in your mind was probably from the induced coma.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And because your mind was not brain dead, it was still working.
Right.
And still aware, and things were ticking on. And who knows, because we wear these heavy metal shirts and these horror shirts, and we think about that, who's not to know that subconscious of your mind
inspired it.
Yeah. And how possible is that? Did you think of any of that stuff?
Yes. Like when I it took maybe like an hour for me to realize I was in a hospital, but I didn't know for what. I didn't know why I was in the hospital, and they wouldn't tell me. But I started thinking about the visions, and I was like, you know what? Like I was pretty fucking out of shape. Like by the time I went into the hospital, like I was just putting weight on and, drinking a bottle of Jameson a night and just being kind of unhealthy. So I think that clicked in my mind, which is why I was being punished for sloth, why I was Chet, I was this big fat blob,
Fuck.
So that did cross my mind, and it actually stuck with me. I mean, I've lost 40 pounds since it happened. Thank you.
You look great. I can see it in your face and everything. It's great.
I haven't. Up until on Friday, I saw my cardiologist, and she gave me a complete clean bill of health. She said my heart's fully recovered because I had heart failure during.
No lung damage or anything, huh?
Nothing. I had heart failure during the coma, so that really fucked my heart up there for a hot minute. But so she said, yeah, you could go back to your so I haven't had a drop of alcohol since the second to last day of the tour. But
up until now,
up until Friday night, my fiance and I popped open a bottle of wine and shared a bottle of wine because my doctor said I could drink again, but don't go back to how I was drinking before, which I'm not.
Which I think in moderation is cool.
Yeah,
Everything in moderation.
Absolutely.
Is fine.
So yeah, we had a bottle of wine. So that was the longest I've ever gone in my life without any alcohol.
How did it feel? How do you feel now?
I feel great.
Does it change your perspective on things?
Totally. I see some of my friends and people closer to me who are booze hounds, man.
Okay, so, of the occasional drink that I have when I'm on the road, I haven't had anything to drink in 2009. Now you see what I see.
Yeah.
And that's the way I look at it, too. I'm like, wow.
Yeah, totally.
Wow. How the hell how does it do it? You know what I mean? And now it kind of sees it. So, you weren't able to walk right after it either. There was some functions. That
Oh yeah, some serious atrophy,
motor skills and stuff. Talking, were you okay to talk?
I was okay to talk. I couldn't eat solid food for a couple of days.
Were you hungry?
Not
when you
really,
woke up,
man.
Did you wake up like, fuck, man, you've had nothing but intravenous food fed to you, so what?
My appetite, it took a while for my appetite. Even when I finally went home after the 6 days post-coma, I was in the hospital and I went home, I didn't have an appetite until maybe a week later. It took
Really?
a long time to come back. And just my sense of taste to fully come back took a long time. But just to back up a little bit, like I still didn't know what country I was in when I when I realized I was in a hospital, and then they told me they were peppering me information. They didn't want to give it to me all at once. Like I had no idea I was in a coma for 12 days. For a couple of days, it took them to tell me.
Were you be able to see LaShawn face to face?
Not until I got home.
Really? And how long was that?
That was like another 6 days, almost another full week.
Now, was she in a window that you could see her out of?
No, they wouldn't even let her in the hospital.
She couldn't even come in the hospital.
Yeah.
Did you have any phone contact when you woke
Eventually,
up? Eventually.
a couple of days in, they gave me my phone
So then the doctor
back.
was feeding her with information
Exactly
about that.
And using words like grim and grave and like, you know, and get your papers in order and stuff like that, you know. So
really?
Yeah, they thought I was going to die. Like when they first saw me, like some of the doctors, the whole team of doctors worked on me. The first time they saw me, like when I was awake and talking and maybe laughing or whatever, they were just like, they looked shocked, like they couldn't believe I lived.
They thought you were done.
Yeah.
See, heavy metal saved him.
Totally.
Heavy metal saved you.
But so for like the first day or so, I didn't know what country I was in. I was like, where the hell am I? And then when they finally told me I was in San Francisco, I was
so then you didn't remember the flight? You didn't remember any of that had happened?
No, when they were asking me about the Bay Strikes Back tour, I was telling them, oh yeah, that happened in November and December. I thought the tour was November. I was gone. My mind was whacked. But when they told me I was in San Francisco, I was so relieved. And then when they told me what hospital, I was like, I live 5 blocks away from here. I was like, I could walk home. So that definitely it was smooth sailing after that, kind of. You know, I was like, okay, I'm by home. So, you know, I can ignore this catheter.
So when, so you finally got to eat solid food. What was the first thing you wanted? Mexican burrito?
Oh, dude, I wanted a burrito.
I bet you did.
But they weren't feeding me that at the hospital.
No Cancun, huh?
Nope. It was a low sodium fucking like heart healthy diet. It was terrible.
Okay, let me quickly move ahead. When you got home, what was the first thing you ate?
Same. I thought LaShawn was working at the hospital kitchen. She was serving me the exact same meals they were serving me because of my heart. She was on top of it.
Really?
You know, and more power to her. I mean, she.
Well, yeah, she loves you. She wants you to see you.
Yeah, but she was feeding me bland boiled chicken. And yeah, it was a nightmare. That was the hardest thing to get used to. For the first month or so, I was like, oh my God, this diet sucks.
Okay, how long did it last? Or are we still doing it?
Nope, it lasted up until last Friday. So I've had a burrito since then.
I bet you did. Where'd you go, Cancun?
Where did I go? Where did I go?
That's Tom's usual stop.
No, I went to a place in Pacifica with Jonathan Fenno. And it was fantastic. It was the first burrito I've had.
Well, it was fantastic because it was the first burrito
I've had since like January.
You could have got that fucking Taco Bell in Germany. You would have thought it was fucking great. You know what I mean?
Totally. So, my diet, like I have a normal diet now, I guess, but I'm avoiding fast food and all that crap. You know.
Good boy.
But let's see. When I got home from the hospital, though, or when I got home from the tour, mind you, LaShawn just took one look at me and was like, "Oh my God, you look terrible." Like, so she knew right away
I
that
didn't see it on the plane or even in the airport. I just didn't see it.
Yeah.
Oh my.
But hearing it from your loved one, then you start really getting worried. Like, oh man, really? Like I must be really fucking sick. But I was delirious from fever all the days leading up to the hospital. It was crazy. And then post hospital, I was in a wheelchair, and I couldn't walk. I had to learn how to walk again, and that took about maybe almost a week. I had a walker at home, and I was doing all that.
What was it about that was tough?
It wasn't
was
a
sending
mental
the
thing.
message.
No, it
Or
was
you were so weak in the
strictly
legs.
atrophy.
Atrophy,
Yeah,
huh?
yeah. My legs were just null and void, man. Like, it was scary, actually, man. Like, learning how to walk sucks. I mean, I don't remember doing it when I was 2 or whatever.
Right, that's why you don't remember getting circumcised. I bet it hurts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Fuck. Okay, so have you played drums since then?
Yeah, so
Because we have a private party later next month to play.
I know. And
Finally, are we excited to play? I am.
Very.
I'm very excited
I
to play.
started drumming at the first of this month.
Feet?
Oh yeah, I'm doing double bass.
Feet are back?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Hands, chops, everything.
Yep.
Okay.
And to put your mind more at ease, I've been jamming with my brothers, and we do lots of AC/DC songs. So I've been making
It's not
sure.
but come on, I don't worry about you.
So,
I don't
yeah.
worry about anybody anymore.
Yeah,
the
right.
band is solid all the way around. Finally,
Right on.
First time in 10 years, I'd have to say. But I mean,
Yeah, we have Mike Butler in the band
Mike
now.
Butler, yeah,
and
he's
I
a
haven't
good
jammed
guy.
with him since I was in Mind Zone with him.
we'll see that now. Well, yeah, because the 2 gigs we played with him,
I was
Tom
on-
Hunting
I was
filled
on
in. You
tour,
were on
yeah.
tour. So let's finish and we'll wrap this up. What's Death Angel doing? I asked Ted this question. Would you be opening to writing right now? Because since there's so open time, even though in my
Absolutely.
eyes you have not toured nearly for what the worth of me. I mean, we toured on Blood In Blood Out for 6 years. Humanicide has still got some mileage left.
It's only
on it.
1 year old,
Right,
so-
but 1 year, no, it's 6 months old because if you got to think,
exactly.
no, for the last 4 months,
Time
nobody's
stood
even
still.
time stood still. So
Yeah.
I'm counting that too. You know,
Okay, yeah.
fuck that. So
Yeah, I think we have to do some more touring for that album, like just to give it legs, you know. And like,
no, I definitely. But my
deserves.
question, I know that definitely going to tour for that. Like most bands, I mean, Testament released Titans of Creation and have done no touring on it. You know, so they might not even get to tour it till next year.
Right.
You know, is it a time now to maybe put some songs together in the pocket because you've got that? Because I mean, I'm
100%.
like everybody else. I've read on Blabbermouth that we are going in the studio in
September.
See, that's how I find out everything. I just read Blabbermouth and I know when I'm going in the studio. So people are hitting me up and going, "Hey, Zed, I saw you guys are going to something." How did you see that? Oh, Gary was on Blabbermouth. And I go, "Oh, well, if Gary said it, then I guess we're going in September."
I just talked to Tom last night, and he said that they're working on 5 killer songs.
Yeah, I talked to him 2 days ago,
Yeah.
and he said that there's 5 that he has already, 5 killer.
Yeah.
And we're going to record up at his house
Yep.
in Lake Almanor, and Andy Sneap is coming here to do it. So,
That's great.
So everything that's from the past Exodus records is definitely going to happen. So for you fans, I mean, this is not even coming from me. This is from Gary Holt himself. We will be in the studio in September. For
I bet you
New
will.
Exodus.
I bet
I
you
know we
will.
will. I know because from what I understand, Andy has a small window too, you know, with other projects and Judas Priest and
Right.
that sort of thing, so that we're taking advantage of it. And he's had time, and you know, there's songs there. He's just had riffs. He just had to put it together, which I get a text message every couple of days, band text, and he's feverishly. I hit him up about one of those reality shows him and I watch, and I said, "Did you see this?" He's all, "Nah, dude, I'm in the studio writing."
I'm
feverishly."
guessing it was the reality show about like my 400-pound life or something like that, or
90 Day Fiance. But yes, we do. No, it's 600-pound life. We both watch 600-pound, and we both watch Little Woman L.A. and Little Woman Atlanta. Yeah. We have sessions on because it's just.
I remember like the few nights on the Bass Strikes Back tour where we had to share a dressing room. The two of you would be sitting on the couch together watching my 600
pound life. Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
what the-
And ripping on it the whole time. Yeah.
I mean, like literally like a half an hour before you guys are going on
Yeah,
stage, you're wrapping up my 600 pounds.
Yeah, I'm on my iPad. We're in there watching we both love Dr. Nowzarden. We both don't. In fact, when Gary was on tour with Slayer, him and Lisa, his wife, went and took a picture right in front of when they were in Houston because his office is.
Oh, okay.
I mean, that's what you do on tour. You go to those famous things. So, again, you're not opposed to writing songs.
Oh, hell no.
Do you think it'll happen?
Yes, I do. I'm just waiting for the email from Rob with some files on it. Like it could be tomorrow, it could be a week from now, who knows? But I am all for writing and
I think-
recording a new album.
I think
or
what's going
working
to
on
be
new
great
stuff.
is
Yeah.
next year, you're probably going to get something from everybody because this this whole shutdown has completely stopped the music industry, period. And it forced artists to do nothing but write, basically.
Totally.
I mean, even if you have a new record out, take advantage of this time because, you're always saying, oh, we go from record to record. Here you go, you can't go out. There's nothing you can fucking do.
Yep. I mean, like, even like a lot of bands like Overkill, like their latest album isn't that old.
No, it's still new.
And they're working on a new album.
That's
It's like,
with Bittner's. I just did something with we did Wake Up Dead about a month ago, me and Jason and Jack, and
for what thing?
just remote.
Okay.
Remote thing we did for Megadeth. He did a bunch of these projects. He calls me up. Hey, you want to do this? Want to sing?
I think I read about that.
Yeah,
I haven't seen
it's
it,
already
though.
out. It's we all do different videos.
It came out good.
It came out great.
Cool.
I just did one with actually Phil Demmel. It comes out real quick, and Dave Lombardo on drums, and it'll be out probably. Our producer Wayne. It's being mixed today.
Cool.
Came out really good.
Cover tune.
Where you'll love it when I'll tell you off camera. They don't get to hear.
Okay.
And it came out great.
Awesome.
Great. So you guys will be writing, and you going to be doing anything else? I mean, other than the ACD, we're going to be booking some ACD. I'll tell you what, there's no Live Nation or AEG involved in the ACDZ. That's Will and I have a tribute band where we play Bon Scott era ACDC, and we can play private parties and private gigs, and we're going to be doing that.
Yep.
I'm so jonesing to play right now.
Me
Are
too.
you?
Me too. I'm stoked that we have this outlet. Yeah.
July 25th, private party. We're on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be
stoked.
a lot of fun.
Aside from that, I still have my radio show going. So
Talk about that. Talk about all their things where they can catch Will Carroll.
I have a show called The Fool Metal Jacket, FOOL, and it's on a free heavy metal service called Gimme Radio or Gimme Metal, one or the other. And it's an app you load on your phone or your iPad or whatever, and it's a 24-hour heavy metal radio station. And it has a lot of cool DJs.
Like Dave Mustaine has his own
Dave
show,
Mustaine
just like
has
you,
a
right?
show. I have a show. Randy Blythe has a show.
Really?
Ross the Boss has a show.
I love Ross.
So, yeah, there's a lot of different personalities on there. It's really cool. It's free, and it's 24 hours. And my show is on Mondays at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And
5 o'clock back east.
Yeah.
8 hours to England, 9 hours to Europe.
Exactly. So it's around like midnight in Europe.
Can you go back into it and play the old episode?
Yeah, if you become a brigade member, like a member of the Gimme Brigade, that costs like maybe $30 a month or something.
Really?
And if you become a brigade member, you get to listen to all the back catalog of all the shows, all the vaults.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So you listen to
Nice.
and I've been doing it. I'm one of the first DJs, so I'm on like my 108th show or something
Holy
like that.
shit. And once a week, that's 2 years almost,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Wow.
So
that's great. Sounds like it's going good, man.
yeah, it's a lot of fun, man.
And I hear that we're an A&R at Metal Blade Records.
No, that hasn't happened yet.
Has that not happened yet?
They were talking to me about that before the COVID breakout, and then I haven't heard from them.
Oh, yeah, of course you're big. Nobody's going to touch you now, Will. He's going to talk about dirty laundry. They probably lost your phone number. He's going to infect the whole fucking office. Come on.
And in case anyone asks, I do wear a mask when I'm when I'm walking around outside, my KISS mask.
Of course,
So
I have monsters on mine. If you notice mine,
yeah.
Frankenstein
So I do
on it.
wear a mask, but I figured for this environment it wasn't.
No, we're fine.
necessary.
No.
Yeah.
I never put it this way. If I didn't get sick on that tour, as close as I was to everybody, I can't get
You're not gonna get
I
it,
can't
yeah.
get it. I
Yeah.
can't get it.
Totally.
Amazing.
Here, one more detail from those last couple of days of the tour. When we had dinner that night at the steakhouse, do you remember one of the chefs collapsed in the kitchen?
Oh,
and
okay.
the ambulance had to come and get him too.
Okay.
That's where I got the COVID, I think, is from infected steak, man.
Okay. So we go to this high-end steakhouse in Dusseldorf, Germany. And we order, I mean, it must have took
Dude,
2 hours?
Like 2 hours to get our food.
to get it from where, honestly, 2 hours. And because what happened was the cook got sick and passed out or dropped. They had to bring an ambulance there. And one of the waiters
Had to
go back and cook all of the meals. And I mean, we had what? Every band and every crew through our party alone, there was 21, 22 people.
Two huge tables, yeah.
2 huge tables. That's not counting the other patrons in the restaurant.
Yeah.
So,
it was a packed restaurant.
Boy, it was just, destruction was just follow. We were just creating it.
Because we were like, what the hell is going on? It's been 2 hours and we haven't even gotten our salad yet or anything. And
then homeboy comes up. We're like, hey, what's up? He goes, well, we have bad news that the cook actually got sick and had to go to the hospital. So the other waiter that was out here, he's in the kitchen now, and the one guy had to run the whole floor.
So you wonder, like that's one more reason, like you're like the Omega Man or something. You didn't get sick from that either.
I know. I'm telling you, I got the genes. So thanks for coming in.
My pleasure,
It's
man.
been real fun. We'll get back together and do this again.
And this figure right here, holy shit, the Max. Remember that cartoon on Liquid Television on MTV? It was a cool cartoon. He was like from Australia. I remember the Outback or some shit. But
wow,
I haven't seen this character in a long time.
I mean, I know my toys, and I wasn't even aware of that wild
cool.
that is.
But yeah, thank you for having me, brother.
No problem, my brother. Always. All you guys, leave me comments, and of course you are going to do and share my channel with everybody, and definitely subscribe to Zetro's Toxic Vault if you have not. And we will see you. We'll bring you back in here. We'll talk some other fun stuff.
Oh yeah.
We'll see you guys back in the vault real soon.